everyone, back to the more YouTube channel. It's Chris back with the Rumour Has It video. We're talking about players linked to the football club this summer. And boy, it looks like the club is moving fast because we could very well be wrapping up our first summer signing on a free transfer for a Premier League experienced centre-half. That's right. This sounds like a great bit of business by the football club, to be honest with you. We'll get stuck right into this in a minute. Really, really smart deal if it is to be believed, and it seems to be everywhere at the minute, so it looks pretty much like it's a goer. So we'll get stuck into this in a second. Just before we do, a little reminder, if you haven't already, smash subscribe. I'd love you to come and join us. We are now only about 9 subscribers away from 7,500, so thank you, you wonderful people, for smashing that button. We're really close to that milestone, on to 8,000 after that, so recommend us to family and friends. It's all free content. Before I give a little bit back to the channel, there is a membership option down there where you get early access to videos just like the one you're going to watch. So let's get stuck in. Who am I talking about? Well, I'm talking about this lad right here, and I'm going to say this nice and slowly. So it's Tosin Adarabioyo is how you pronounce it, apparently. Hopefully I got that right. Let me know in the comments below if I have. Mark was trying to educate me from his hospital bed, but he is back on the mend. So give Mark some love in the comments if you can, guys. He should hopefully be back with me on what's going on next Monday. But yes, so looking at the information there in terms of Adarabioyo, is you can look at it there that his contract is up in the end of June, really. So he's a free agent, which is an unbelievable business by the football club. He's had a really good season for Fulham, to be fair. Previously Manchester City Youth Academy product, playing the Championship. Was in the Championship team of the year. I think they came up with Fulham. But this season he's played, 20 times in the Premier League. He's made 21 tackles, 16 blocks, 80 clearances, and his pass completion is good at 84.5% as well. He's right-footed as well, which is brilliant. So we do struggle for cover in that right-footed centre-half position. Lascelles is out injured now. He's normally one that comes in and covers for Fabian Schär when he's injured or when he has a problem. Thankfully, Schär's been fit most of the season. But this is a really, really smart signing here to bring Tosin in on a free transfer as well with Premier League experience. Lloyd Kelly's also been linked, who's left-footed, and I think that deal may be done. And if Newcastle can bring in 2 experienced centre-halves for nothing in terms of transfer fees, I think that's incredibly smart business. We can focus our efforts on other positions where the cash needs to be splashed, maybe midfield up front, that kind of a thing as well. So this is great news for me as a Newcastle fan. Not so good for the Fulham fans because they probably missed out on a nice payday for a player there, but that's what happens when you let contracts run down. But looking at the red, ambers and greens there, you can see now Tosin's tackles look like they're a little bit low in terms of the amber, but it's not too bad. His interceptions are really high. So he's a mobile centre-half. He's quick. He's got really good positional sense as well. Sniffs out danger. So in terms of getting in between the attacker and the pass, that seems to be a strength of his game as opposed to the raw tackling. He can do when he wants to, but I think he does that a bit more than anything else. His blocks are a little bit lower down the list in terms of the percentages, but his clearances, his passes are quite high and strong. His pass completion is decent. His aerials one, by the way, is amazing. Mint stats, I was going to say there, and I stopped myself. Mint, we'll say it, mint stats. He's 6'5". He's an absolute monster of a player. Great in the air, and that's great for us, in both boxes as well, which is absolutely fantastic. Fouls, he gives away very little fouls. Errors, gives away very little errors as well, and recoveries are a little bit lower, but he's kind of coming towards the peak of his career. I think he's a kind of player Eddie can move on to another level as well. So I'm really happy with this sign if it comes off. You can see there in the radar grid how he sits versus Fabian Schär. He's quite comparable. Obviously Fabian Schär is incredible on the ball. I think his stats will be unbelievable in terms of his passing and progressive passes and things like that as well. But for me, Tosin could really add something to the squad. And I think that's what we've got to look at here. We've got to look at behind the starting 11, maybe behind even you look at the matchday squad and maybe 16, 15. Dummett isn't good enough. He's not Premier League level anymore. He's been a great servant to the club. It's time to go. Even Lascelles, there's question marks over Lascelles. Yes, he's injured. He did a good job when he came in, but he's injured. Botman's injured. There's 2 centre-halves desperately in need to come into this squad. And I think if the club can bring in the likes of Tosin and Lloyd Kelly on free transfers, I think that is a really, really good bit of business by the football club. So for me, I'm all for this. It seems to be everywhere. We've offered him 100 grand a week, apparently. So let's see how that works out. But I think there'll be news announced fairly soon. I think that he will be a Newcastle United player come the summer. But let us know in the comments below what you guys think about that. Are you happy with the sign? Do you think it's shrewd? Do you think it's smart business? Do you want to see more players like that at the football club? We've got a couple of players to talk about who are also free agents who can add some value to the squad as well. And that's what it's all about. Football is about squads. That's the reason we've struggled in games this season against Luton's and Bournemouth. and people like that because we haven't had a good enough squad. I would say that starting kind of 13, 14 players. We need to improve on that. And this kid will definitely do that for me. But let us know what you guys think in the comments. We always like to hear from you. If you take the time to type a comment, we'll take the time to reply. Click that button as well. Help us get that 7,500 subscriber mark. We're really, really close to it. Might even be there by the time you watch this video. Who knows? But like the video, guys, help the channel grow. We'll be back with some more content soon because these summer transfer rumours are certainly going to be picking up over the next few weeks. Have a cracking day. We'll see you later. Cheers.